She said, I pleaded to father every single day not to molest me, but father refused. She lost her control at 12. She's upset beyond measure. Hello, my girls. Hi. How is everything? This is the Girl Voice Network, the talk show that will make you talk until we talk. I am Auntie Jennifer, your host, as usual. Today, I've decided to gather all these different examples of girls who have seen the wrath of small-minded men. What is so annoying? These girls are below age, but they have to suffer the tormentation of the men who put them into unspeakable actions as kids. I'll gather these different stories from the different stories I get. And today I'm going to read to you the different stories. And maybe you get to know, when I was beginning, I was showing you statistics. They are saying 1,000 girls are defiled. But among those 1,000, I want to pick just a few instances. But remember, even those 1,000 are not 1,000. There are many, many girls out there who are suffering. But let me read for you these stories. I get these stories from the different articles that are being published, from the different stories by police, from the just bringing to your attention. The story that I've gone with, it is so annoying. Actually, the writer says, who will stop the cycle of this sexual violence if their families also act indefinitely? The question is, who will stop the cycle of this sexual violence if their families also act indefinitely? Who is responsible for their education in order to help them brighten their future and become self-reliant? Who is responsible for their education in order to help them brighten their future and become self-reliant? There is a report that was published that a man there in Masaka had 5 girls. The eldest was 17 and the one was 5. But this man defiled all the 5 girls. And 2 of the girls got pregnant and they have children by their biological father. There is this 3rd girl, she was 12 and very disgusted. She said, I pleaded to father every single day not to molest me, but father refused. She lost her control at 12. She's upset beyond measure. On one bad night, she brought a panga in the place where the dad used to come and molest her from. When the daddy came, the girl at 12 gathered all her energy and killed her dad. When she went to police, and police asked her, it's like, I was fed up. I consistently told her not to molest me. The man refused. I had no choice but to kill my own dad. She was fed up. A girl at 12, she has no peace for life. When the police called the mother knew that the man was molesting his own daughters, and he was aware that 2 of the girls were pregnant by the man. But this was this miserable, horrible man that the woman wouldn't interfere. So you see, the woman was seeing all those. She's living in this pain, but she's like, what should I do? Men, how I wish you could tell that you are causing endless pain. Instead of being the source of happiness to the family, you are a disguise, a disgust. Everybody is just praying that how I wish dad is dead. Can you imagine? This is one family. And now the girl, of course, she was jailed. These things have no justice. Because she went to court, she was imprisoned. The case wasn't put up how it ended. But I believe it is possible that she could be found guilty because she confessed. And what is so funny about the law, it judges in favor of the dead, but it is the trouble causer. I'm bringing these stories to bring to your attention that it is all bad. We should do something to change the situation. And you girls who are lucky not to have these men, don't come close to them. Don't be close. You are looking for fire. If you are lucky to have an understanding dad, if you are lucky to live in a good environment, kindly run away from those men. Because if you go where they are, they will do to you what they do to the people who sleep in their houses. There are many children here who have no peace at all. God forbid. But such men shouldn't be in the society. There is another story, again on this article. Joanne recently turned 6, and her story was a different matter that happened 2 years ago. She was living with her father in a rented house in Kawempe, in the outskirts of Kampala. For over 6 months, none of their neighbors had ever seen anyone or say a relative come to visit. So this man was living in that rented house with his daughter. And you know this, the men. It could be the problem that you could have chased away the mother. Now he's living in this house with the daughter. She was living with her father in a rented house. One morning, a neighbor noticed that a small framed girl, then 4 years old, walked in unusual manner. That raised suspicion and plenty of curiosity. On closer observation, Joanne was breathing and experiencing pain at the same time. Meanwhile, his father kept inside the house and bathed. So it's like the girl was being molested every single day. She was in this constant pain, but it's like the dad wasn't caring. What heartless hearts do you people have? You're like devils on earth. Eventually, the police were notified of this and arrested little Joanne's abusive father, the one who was raping her. Following the arrest, the poor girl had practically nowhere to go until a good Samaritan had to fix her to school. I will continue sharing with you these stories about the girls who are victims of violence. You know, when we talk about big numbers, we may not understand what it means until we share a few. I will be sharing some of these stories and you get to know. The more you get to know, you get to know that there is danger. There is also this unfortunate story. Another victim was an 8-year-old girl who was studying in primary school around Lugazi, who finally picked up courage and walked to the police to report her father, who has been defiling her for 2 years. 2 years you are staying with this father. You know, they just get fed up and they're like, let me go, enough is enough. And now, the father who had married another woman, the girl's stepmother, would take her out every weekend and buy her a soda and a cake. But her father, you're supposed to buy a cake for this girl even without taking her out. But now this one had to take her out and buy her soda and a cake. In the evening, he would defile her in the sugarcane chamber. These are the men. When he was arrested, now remember, this man was already married to a stepmother. But a necklace, kaya. Remember, this man had married a stepmother. I was lucky that some people intervened and she got a treatment at Mulago Hospital. Actually, the doctor said that she had developed fistula. The situation was she developed fistula and her uterus was hurt. To her luck, she was finally treated. But you know, these are the situations. How selfish would a father be to hurt his own daughter to that extent? At least he was lucky the uterus wasn't removed. But in many cases, these uteruses are removed. I just feel like we should all raise voices. We should shout, wa la 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 la, and get to these men. There is this other story. A 9-year-old girl from Fort Portal was consistently defiled by her father for more than 2 years in Kasusu village. consistently. Whatever that means. Just imagine the pain this girl is passing through. So when she reported what was being done to her auntie, the auntie instead reportedly silenced her. Wherever this girl could say to the auntie what was happening, the auntie was the sister to the brother. She silenced her. The auntie's argument was, "You are shaming our brother. My brother, you can't shame him. How can the village, Now the girl had to take on the pain. The auntie was so much on the brother's side. But who is there to take care of this suffering girl? Now, this is how the story continued. When this girl consistently felt that she couldn't take it on, she went to police, and a case was opened up against the father. Now the parents thought that this girl was shaming the family. They plotted to kill her. Can you imagine? They're like, if she's dead, there was no evidence against the father, their brother. Now they continued with their plot. To her luck, a good Samaritan came in and saved this girl. I actually call upon two people who are listening. We should find a way of saving these girls, because they are very selfless, they are very helpless, but in the hands of the people who will have to take care of them. Now this lady, the whole family is turning against the girl because of what she did, but she's not the cause of the problem. These other stories, I don't want to say interesting, though it is weird. This 17-year-old girl was defiled by her Facebook lover and two others. The story comes that she was on Facebook, and then she got this communication from the Facebook lover. This online love. They communicated, and then the man insisted how he was so much into love with the girl. They made an appointment to meet, and when they met, this girl was from Kenya. She traveled from Kenya to Uganda, to Mbale here, and she lied to the aunt she was staying with that she's going to visit her mother. The mother was staying on the border of Uganda. Now, the aunt was willing to let her go and visit the mother. Instead, the girl went to the Facebook lover. And now when the Facebook lover invited her, he took her to his home. They spent a night together. The girl was so perturbed because she never felt that she had gone for a love affair. She just thought that they were continuing with this Facebook love. That's why I want to talk to you girls. You are easily lured into lies. Somebody calls and is like, let's go and sleep in our home, and then you think that it is still the Facebook talks. There is no Facebook talk once a person puts you in his room. This girl saw that it was still Facebook talk. Now when they entered into the house, this man just turned into a beast. He was no longer the Facebook friend, and then they had to go into sex route. The girl was so disturbed in the morning. Actually, after the night with him, the man never wanted the girl anymore. Because like I told you, that's never love. It is just lust. What the man did, told the girl very early in the morning, pack and leave my house. She's like, but I'm your Facebook lover. We love you. Remember those words? The man insisted, I no longer love you. I've never had anything with you. You pack and go. So now the girl with much pain. Remember, she wasn't knowing anything about Umbali. So she traveled on the street early morning. She met a border cyclist. Now she told her the story. This Facebook lover, it was my first time. Then, she narrated what happened, everything at night. Then this border rider was like, oh, sorry. You need some sympathy. Let me take you to my home. And I give you some comfort. Still, the girl had not heard about the Girl Voice Network, that those guys are liars. She sat on the border. The man took her to his house. This same man defiled this girl. Now this is the second defiler. From the night of the other Facebook lover, now to the night of this border man. She spent another night in agony. And in the morning, this border man is like, me, I have nothing to do with you. Me, I am not of any rescue. You find somewhere to go. I don't want you. He locked his house and left the girl outside. Now the girl had to move outside on the street again. Remember, she was not going in Bali. She was just a visitor. What can I say? She's like a lost person in Mbali. Now she moved on the street. She found another man in the morning. This guy was like, oh, sorry. She narrated the whole story from the Facebook lover to the border guy. Now she's narrating to the third man. The third man was like, oh, sorry, how would they be so ruthless? Now, I will take you to my house and you rest and maybe tomorrow have your way out. Now this girl still believing men. My girls, you shouldn't believe men. Once a man takes you in a closet, once a man takes you in the room, it is dead end. No appeal. Now, can you imagine? From the other first one to the second one, she still believes that a man can help her. This man told her, let's go to my room. She went to... Now this is another third room. This man spent with her a night. She also defiled her. Until, actually, the same story happened in the morning. This man chased her away. It's like, me, I have no rescue for girls like you. You are even silly. How can you be a victim of 3 men and then you are still believing men? She locked her out and then she was on the street. To her luck, this time she found a lady. She explained the ordeal of the 3 days of continuous suffering, continuous torture from the Facebook lovers. My dear girls, those distant loves, actually, any man, at least when you're at high school, you are still gullible. You don't have that reasoning to run away from these people. So what happened? This girl, this time, her God saved her. When she talked to the lady had to see what she had passed through. I was like, oh my God, it was the lady who took her to the police. When she reached the police there in Mbale, she explained the same. She explained the story. She was good at explaining. And I just wish she used her brain. You don't want to use your brains. You feel that you should use your words and your bodies. Your bodies and your brains are still young. Don't trust them. At least find someone. Remember when I told you, never walk alone. Find a lady to talk to. Why would you hide such a thing from a mother? When she reached the police, they managed to connect the mother because she was so ashamed to connect with the auntie. She thought that when she goes to the mother, maybe a solution will be created. This poor woman comes from Nairobi to Kampala for the first time and Tumbali. That's where she got the daughter. To her luck, at least she survived. But she told us the story that all the 3 insisted on having live sex. Can now I just imagine if she got pregnant, who would be responsible? I just pray that she never got HIV. And these other things. So my dear girls, you are too young to decide love. Stop those things of feeling that they say whatever they are saying is not true. It is just a lie. Let me share with you another story. At least that one was a Facebook. And many of you are so much on Facebook, so much on WhatsApp. And on WhatsApp, you say those words, without you, I don't eat. You are the apple of my eye. They are lying. They have their eyes and you also have your eyes. Stop being excited that you are... Can you imagine? You are excited to be somebody's apple of the eye. Hello, my girls. I will be showing you these stories. This is the Girl Voice Network. And I am Auntie Jennifer, your host as always. And I am Auntie Jennifer, your host as always. These stories I will be sharing with you. You get to know before it happens. We don't want you to be this naive. Somebody's like, come and I give you a ride, and then you're like, it is a ride. By the way, men don't give things for free. More so to you girls. Even to us. The difference is we know how to play it right. We've seen it all. But you, my innocent girls, you think if somebody's giving you a ride and is like he's innocently giving you a ride, those things are not rights. They are just a problem. Another girl was defiled in Masindi here. She was in primary 5. She's a 15-year-old girl. She used to move with a brother to school. Remember, their distances are bushy. You know, you have to come. I was one of the lucky girls that are there at Kalasa where we used to go to school. We were in town, we just closed the road. You know, some strategic mothers, like my mom, knew how to do it right. And you mothers, you have to be strategic. You know, there are situations that a girl has to move 2.5 kilometers to school. For sure, find solutions. Not that is not good for a girl. Maybe a boy. Though it is also risky that there is child sacrifice. But if you can, find a way of reducing these distances these girls move to. She wakes up every day at 5 to move to school. And remember the things of school, they want you to be there by 7. So the girl has to move half night, half morning, that dark morning to school. Now this time she was not moving with the brother. When she moved, it was half of the journey, she found this woman. These men, the men with small brains. She told her that, you know, my girl, I've been watching you and I know you are moving alone today. I want to give you company such that you pass through the other place without any danger inflicted on you. Then this man is like, okay, let's first rest here. The girl is still believing. My girls don't believe them. Run away. At least let him chase you. And you know they are old. They will not chase you. You run faster. Now when this girl accepted to go to where the man told her to go, the man defiled her. And now the cause for this defilement is the distance to school. So my dear parents, also let's wake up together. You know, these girls are very fragile. Just imagine wherever, just have that thinking, where is she going? How is she moving? If you are very sure that you have no solution, at least find a bicycle. Let it carry those girls together. If not, let her go to the relatives. Find a solution. Just get to know that the situation is dead. People are very eager to do anything silly to our girls. Actually, what saved this girl was that the RDC was on tour in this area. And as he was touring, he learned about what had happened to the girl because she was abandoned by this rapist. To her advantage, the girl knew the rapist's face. So the RDC helped the girl to trace the man. I came across this security warning that I think that I should communicate to you. You know, these things are on the papers and everywhere. But you know, we don't get to know it because we are always on WhatsApp. We are always on Facebook, on Twitter. That's why I decided to make this show to where you are. And make sure you subscribe and share the video. Because it's called edutainment. I'll teach you as I'll entertain you. It will be different from these stories that they just write. This is another story. I am Aunt Jennifer in the Girl Voice Network. Today I decided to share with you what is happening in the world, in our Uganda. Actually, when you hear these stories, you may even be surprised whether they are in Uganda. There is an article that was released and it said the police command security alert. The two ritualists arrested with some female parts about 9:30 p.m. in a hotel where they had lodged. The names of the apprehended criminals are Shahid and James, who both confessed more than 70 girls have been slaughtered. More than 70 girls have been slaughtered and they sold their parts on the buffet squid at 600,000 shillings for a girl killed for him. More than 70 girls were killed. And when they kill these girls, they sell their parts. So if they bring a girl where they sell the parts, they give them 600 cheaply. They take somebody's life at 600. Listen to the article, it's gone. When they were asked how they get their victims, their answer was, getting the girls was so easy. We lure them with money and fancy things. They give you money and fancy things. Somebody picks up the roadside and you're like, come and I give you a ride. And you're excited that they are giving me a ride. Those people don't give rides. Somebody here was saying that some men give things for free without attachment. They are lying. No man is giving anything without attachment. They have strings attached. Now these ones, they were giving them money and they were giving them fancy things just to get them. They were asking them, how were you getting the girls? Remember, 70 girls. It is easier to get a girl than a boy, because sometimes, by the way, by nature, some boys have reasoning. But some boys have a reasoning as compared to girls. So now, when they asked them, this is how they explain their issue. All they needed to do is to get or rent a fancy car with cash. They would spend it on the girls, and that is all the girls needed. They get a car. You know this open roof. My dear, from Kalasa, P1C, you sit in this open roof and you're like, heaven is here. There is no heaven in those fancy things. So now they would get money, they give you all the cash you want, and then you start getting excited. Then they are saying it could be their friends, neighbors, cousins, or anyone. So they are using money to have whatever they want. They could connect from anyone. If they can't approach you at school, they would come through your sisters, they would come through your everyone. All they cared about was they had to get you at all costs. Now they are continuing. We pick or kill them when they invite them. You know, there is always trust between them. They can even give them drink or food, or dash them clothes, or take them to boutique that we have clothes already got for them. What they lack is what we use to kill them. The story I'm reading happened, actually it was released this year in July, about what is happening in Uganda, about these men who were apprehended by police, who had killed 70 girls. And now they are telling us how they get these girls. They give you what you feel you want. They kill you from anywhere. They can take you to the boutique, you buy all the expensive clothes. They take you to restaurant and you eat all those pizzas and you finish them. This is a real story. These men were confessing what is happening in Uganda. I'm not talking about Abu Dhabi. It is Uganda here today. And now they're like, these girls trust us so much. That is the problem with girls. You are quick at trusting men. Whatever they say, you take it wholeheartedly. But these people are thieves, are cheats, are liars. Mention it. You should be not next to them. They are everything, and they are muddlers. Now these two men, if it wasn't for police to have them, I don't know how many number of girls they wanted, but they were still counting. They would do whatever they feel you are lacking in your life. This one says they are giving us an instance that one woman ran away from her husband. We gave her too much attention. She feels free and calls him to be her boyfriend. And we killed her and her 4 children who she took from school. Then they are being taken to a hotel room where they are told that they would be having fun overnight, but instead they are being slaughtered. This woman had run away from, she was an adult. She ran away from her husband with the 4 children. She went to them. They first slaughtered the man and then slaughtered the girls. You know, these things are happening in Uganda. They give you what they think you want most. And they take you to those expensive hotels. And that's where they were killing them from. The Commissioner of Police advised people to share to all female friends, sisters, and colleagues that they should be all careful not to fall a victim. I'm also sharing to you. Don't fall a victim. These people are there. They will give you whatever you feel you want. But if they don't kill you, they will defile you. And if they don't defile you, they will distort your life. They will do anything to make you miserable. Those are the quick things you want. You want to have everything today. Girls, good things come from waiting. And let me tell you, dear girls, there is no money for free. It is only your parents who give you that money, and it is not for free. It is their obligation to take care of you. But these men you find on the roadside, and they're like, I'm giving you this and this. There is nothing for free. There is also this instance that, my dear girls, when I say run away from men, like I said, it may not matter who you call him. It is men. A man is a man. And once a man decides to be a small brain, he may be. Recently, I read a story of Joyce Meyer, this great American preacher. She said that her dad raped her 200 times before she was 18. I think she could put on record. That was her father. Raped her 200 times before she was 18 years. These stories do happen, and there are a few people who mention it. There is this story that I found that is so disturbing. A woman says that she has 3 children through her biological father. 3 children by her biological father. So now it's like the father married the girl. Such things happen when this closeness we create, we are so much unto father. Even if it's your father, why would you share your father's bedroom? For heaven's sake. Why would these things you put on, and then you go to your brother's bedroom? You a girl, he's a boy. And as far as boys are fire and girls are ghee. When you bring ghee to fire, it may melt. It is just that some men use reason. But if a man doesn't use reason, he may forget all those things that you are my daughter, you are my sister, you are my everything. So my dear girls, keep your brains alert. You go on hugging everyone that, hey brother, father, have a limit. There is this story that is so disturbing. A mother had 3 girls. These 3 girls were staying in the same home with a shamba boy. Now, the mother was too busy, of course, as usual, going to town every day doing this and this. The shamba boy started with the youngest girl. They fell in love. The girl got pregnant. I don't know, he must have been a good player, the shamba boy. Went to the second girl of the same mother in the same area. The same girl got pregnant. And now the shamba boy went to the third girl of the same area, same mother. By the time the mother nearized, 3 of the girls were pregnant by the shamba boy. And this also goes out to our dear parents. Go down and see what is happening. Stop giving. Don't assume they know. By the way, it is wrong to assume these girls know. Most of them don't know. Actually, the majority don't know. So keep on asking what is happening. If this mother was keen enough to know what is happening, maybe she would save the 2 girls. But now just imagine girl 1, girl 2, girl 3 of the same shamba boy. These people you do trust at home. You know these girls who grow up in these fences, they are very lonely. They are by themselves. They are there. So it is like a pressure to see a man. Talk to these girls that no, you are not a slave here. You are not cut off the world. The world continues, but you should have reason. These are the girls who go to the Facebook lovers. They are eager to know life. Talk to girls about sex. Let them not be taught by men. You know, a girl hears for the first time that you are the most beautiful, and then she starts looking around herself. She's like, hey, are you sure? You mean to say that I'm more beautiful than you? Who do you know who is that beautiful? And then this man confesses that, yes, I've never seen a guy. You know, they are liars with those voices of theirs. I hate you men who use no brains to spare our girls. So, my dear girls, I was trying to show to you what is happening. Most of the things are in our communities. Never, ever trust a man. If remember when I was beginning, those don'ts, it was, I don't know which don't number, don't ever walk alone. If a man tells you that you're beautiful, go and talk to your mother and tell her mother, they say that I'm the most beautiful. Is it really true? And then get to know. At least your mother will get a hint on what is happening in your life, other than you keeping quiet, because once you keep quiet, you remain a victim. There are many stories, and I'll keep sharing these stories, and I'm asking kindly, if you have a story that you want to share, let's share those stories. Maybe when the world will know, when we shout together, they will get to know that it is out of hand and something should be done. At the Girl Voice Network, njagala kubabuusa. You girls, stop being silly. Stop. They tell you something and then you get excited. Stop the excitement. It is not. Those Facebook lovers, those WhatsApp loves, they give you those cassettes and you feel excited. You even can't tell your girlfriend that, it seems like I'm the most beautiful. Don't be excited. They are lying. They are lying, they are lying, and they are lying. Don't take their lies. I remain Aunt Jennifer, your host. This is the Girl Voice Network. Our hashtag is Let Me Be a Girl. Be a girl at least for high school. Whatever happens after high school, God knows. But at least at high school, you are still vulnerable. You are gullible. You can be lied to. But at university, you will know how to fight. Because you must be a fighter after all in life. I pray that you pick something from these stories. I don't want to read that story when it is you. May God be with you. Be blessed.